This is episode number 7 of DTY Talks, and today we're talking to Megan Hare, founder of Power for Life Fitness, an industry leader in residential fitness, a company that brings the workout right to your apartment or condo complex, and how they're leading how access to fitness is made.
Megan Hare.
Hi, Megan. This is Kayana.
Hey, Kayana. How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Power for Life is the name of your business. So what was that event like? Could you just describe? Because I'm assuming that you do these all the time, these kinds of events.
Yes. So we titled this a health fair, and we hold them at some of the apartment complexes that we work with. And we try to find different health and wellness organizations that are within a 5 to 10 mile radius around that specific property. It's twofold as far as what the objectives. It's one, for the residents that live in those buildings, it's an opportunity for them to kind of realize what resources they have around them to help them make healthier lifestyle choices and decisions. And then on the flip side, from the vendor standpoint, the vendors have an opportunity to market and promote, and if they have, if they can bring items to sell. So it's kind of a win-win for both the residents and the vendors that participate in this event.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, she was just letting me know that she got the chance to talk to you, and she was impressed by your business. And then I looked it up after she sent the email, and I was like, wow, this does seem kind of cool, because we, with DTY Talks, we generally talk to our partners, and we're constantly making great partners and friends. Some are official partners, some are friends like yourself who could potentially become a partner. Your business model is slightly different. So that's what was so intriguing. I'm not saying that, I don't know if you reinvented the wheel, but I said, this is pretty cool, because we normally offer, okay, this person owns a studio, and we can talk about how they started it and send people to their studio, and everyone has a different philosophy. But this is a little different in that Power for Life is not a gym, but it's a mobile fitness company. Can you explain that business model and concept to us and all of the things that you offer?
Sure. So you're right. Power for Life Fitness is a mobile fitness company. So we don't have a home base or a studio. We are strictly mobile. So the premise behind what we do is we're taking away some of the barriers that some people find, whether it's time and or money. And those are some of the reasons, not all, but some of the reasons why people do not find memberships or commit to a gym or what have you. And so being able to bring fitness to people and kind of take away some of those barriers by having it downstairs in their apartment complex and have it as an amenity or a service that the property management provides takes away two of those huge barriers for people to really be able to make steps towards living a healthier version of themselves. The premise behind the Power for Life Fitness mission and foundation is really holistic in the approach that we believe that being healthy isn't just being physically strong. It's mental, it's emotional, it's social, it's spiritual, financial, all of the above. So by being able to come into their homes per se, in their fitness centers, and make them smile, make them laugh, obviously they're going to get the benefits and the perks of participating in a physical event, but we've now are creating this inclusive and community culture that allows them to tap into some of those other areas, whether it be social, whether it be spiritual, mental, emotional, and it really allows us to capitalize off of all avenues of health. So that's kind of the business model per se. And as far as what we offer, we provide all your mainstream type gym classes, your yoga, boot camp, kickboxing, Zumba, Pilates, bar, so on and so forth. as a community offering, we do also offer individual services, such as personal training. We have registered dietitians on staff, so we offer nutritional counseling, as well as a personal chef that provides personal chef services. So meal prep, meal planning as well. We do provide those individual services.
So are there any limitations to this? Could you talk about that? Because I'm pretty sure, if you show up and something that you might need or want may not be there, or it could be unavailable or just not as readily available as it would be if you, let's say, were opening or using your own facility. Have you run into situations like that?
To be honest, no.
Cool.
Create space if need be. So not every property is the same, obviously. Some have dedicated studios, some don't. So if they don't, we're in front lobbies where we push tables and chairs away and we create the space. So in the sense of, not having that available, like I said, we create that. And with equipment, depending on what that property has, again, whatever resources they have, we can use, but whatever they don't have, we bring with us.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what does it take to initiate a relationship with a resident or a management company?
Well, to be honest, it's just a lot of networking. How we started, my partner and I lived in a apartment complex, and we had this idea, and I'm an instructor myself, and we went downstairs and kind of pitched it to the property manager, and we had a great relationship with her, and we saw that it worked, and it's kind of been word of mouth from there.
So let's get a little bit more into just, I guess, more like the day-to-day and some of the things that you face. One of the questions that I typically love to ask anyone in fitness, whether it's a male or female trainer or Pilates instructors, we've spoken to, folks in CrossFit, just despite, what area of expertise, there is always this misconception when it comes to women specifically and how, I get the media and just how everyone just assumes or would promote how women should go about pursuing their fitness goals, especially with regards to body weight training, resistance training, weight training in general, lifting and all of that good stuff. So what is your approach? How do you think women should approach fitness, and if it's at all different from men?
Gotcha. So this is a tough question to answer, simply because for me, I think every body, meaning the actual physical body, is different. And so what works for one person is maybe not works for someone else. However, the foundation of what is needed is consistent across the board for men and women. So I say that in the sense that everybody needs cardio, cardiovascular work. Everybody needs weight training, and everybody needs some sort of stretching and relaxation. So people find that in different ways. So cardio could be running. They may be marathoners. They may be 5Kers. Some people like more of your HIIT style approach, which is your high intensity interval training, where they like to do 20 minutes of cardio burst and that's it. To me, as long as they're getting that cardio, I don't care which way they're getting it, as long as they get it. And the same goes for that weight training, whether they take a boot camp class or they're doing in the parks body weight, work, because that's what they have available to them. And then the same goes for stretch and the meditation. Maybe they do just stretch, or maybe they're a little bit more into yoga or meditation classes. But at least having that three-prong approach, I think, is a healthy, balanced way to approach fitness and health. But as it relates to women are definitely different from men in many ways, and that includes fitness. How I think women should approach it is, my philosophy is that, numbers don't matter. So it's not about how much you weigh. It's more about the composition of your body. So there is this misconception that if women weight lift or if they lift heavy, they're going to become, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that is the farthest from the truth. Women they naturally just don't have the hormonal ability to create themselves to become something like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So picking up dumbbells, picking up barbells is a fantastic idea for women to do. Now you get into the specifics of their goals. If they're just looking to maintain or just kind of tone, you're going to lift lighter, but you have more reps. Whereas if you're actually really trying to make some physical changes, get some definition, maybe even muscle gain, you're going to lift a little heavier and do less reps. So there's definitely a couple different ways to approach it, but by all means, women should be weightlifting.
So personally, what are some of your favorite styles or approaches? Because as I mentioned, we all know that it's endless. You could have a yoga or something more, less impactful, like a yoga or Pilates, and then you can have something on a complete different end of the spectrum. We did an article recently on CrossFit and how just the benefits of that, but just how it's almost cult-like. The folks who get into it creates like this family atmosphere. And I guess most fitness classes and things like that where you're working out with groups can be that way. Do you have just personally, do you have something that you love? And then on the flip side, do you have something that you do but you don't quite love it that much, but you do it?
Gotcha. Personally, I am a group girl. I love the atmosphere of group classes. It's a way, there's a lot of benefits from group classes, whether it's CrossFit or yoga or boot camp, whatever it is. You obviously have this accountability where when you're not there, people are going to ask why you're not, or they're going to text you, or they're going to call you, or they'll see you and say, hey, where were you? We missed you. What's going on? So when you know that other people are depending on you to be there, that kind of weighs into some of those days when you don't really feel like working out. You then think about, oh, so-and-so is going to be there. Let me just go. And it helps. That definitely helps with the accountability. I think it's so much more fun. You get to laugh. You get to have fun. You get healthy competition. And you really get to create some great friendships out of group classes. So for my personal approach, I love group. What I do that I don't necessarily like to do is cardio. Cardio is difficult for me. It's, I've done a lot of 5Ks and they've some have obviously been better than others. But I'm someone that just wants to get it done and over with. So doing something like a HIIT, that high-intensity interval training, that will appeal more to me than going out for a run or a jog or doing a race. Do I do it? Yes. Do I always like it? No.
You know what? I can attest to that. I feel the exact same way. I'm more of I've never done CrossFit, but ever since I did the research for it to write about it, I was like, this seems like it would be up my alley, but I've never even tried it in the formal sense, meaning gone to a CrossFit box, as they call it.
Sure.
But the style of workout that I prefer would probably be that. It's the weightlifting mixed with, if you're going to get the cardio, mix it in there, as opposed to, like you said, that long, right? I can't stand that, getting on it. And I do the bike. I'll bike or I'll, walk or jog or something like that, but I really don't like it. And probably the least favorite would be dance, like those dance workouts. I don't like really don't like those. But something challenging like resistance training, weightlifting, anything with a kettlebell, I don't know why I just feel powerful after.
Absolutely.
It just does something. It's something.
Yeah. It makes you feel strong.
It does. It's really fun. Even though it can be repetitive, I welcome that repetition.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about some new clients, because a lot of people who listen to this and then read our blog, it's a mixture, but it's not necessarily people who are, let's say, other trainers. It's your average person who may be looking to try something new, or they're beginners. How do you approach your new clients when it comes to customizing or tailoring? And this is especially for someone like yourself, because your business is so multifaceted. You could customize or tailor their their fitness, and then, have someone on board to work with them for nutrition, for beginners. Right. So fitness and nutrition. How do you actually approach that? Questionnaires or interviews? How does that work?
Well, I'll speak from the fitness standpoint. I don't really delve into the nutrition. That's not my area of expertise, so I leave that to those experts. But as far as customizing or tailoring fitness to new clients, or even new, beginners, or people that have to start over, I always start with just a simple conversation, getting to know who this person is, where they come from, where they are on their journey, what brought them to the journey of fitness and health and wellness, what's worked for them in the past and what hasn't worked. Because I think for my approach in customizing workouts and fitness for people it is a very personal journey. And so if I know ahead of time that someone tried something and it didn't work, I'll definitely ask them why they felt that it didn't work. And if there was a valid reason why it didn't work, I know to not take that approach. Fitness is, the way that we look at it, or the way that I look at it, is a blessing. You shouldn't be working out to punish yourself for eating something or not eating, or doing or not doing something. It's, we are blessed to be able to move the way that we do, and so let's have fun doing it. When I work with clients, it's definitely, they are there to get a sweat, and, we have goals and objectives. However, it shouldn't be something that people dread. It shouldn't be something that people can't look forward to. So for me, during these interviews and during this conversation with new clients or beginners, it's really learning what it is that you like. So if you like sports, I'm going to incorporate basketball drills, or sprinting drills, or softball drills, or tennis drills, whatever it may be, into our workouts to make it more fun, to make it something that you see how this is going to relate back to your everyday life.
That sounds like fun. I say that because it's very important, for people who are beginners, or who, like my mom, for instance, she's not necessarily, obviously not a beginner per se, but she's just not really interested. I'll put it that way. And then I kind of have to come in and kind of play mom myself and kind of nag her a little bit. So last week I came upon I got an email from MyFitnessPal. It's the app that I use to track calories and macros and all that good stuff. And they sent an email, and they said, we have this challenge where it's a squat, push-up, and lunge challenge. My mother has no idea. Like, if I just said squat, push-up, and lunge, she might know what a push-up is. But squat, just to say squat, lunge, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, well, you start off on a Monday with 10 of each, and then the next day you do 11, and the next day you do 12. And I said, I'm going to do it. It's for the next 30 days, and by the time you get to day 30, you've eased up so many more you should be doing. I think it's like 40, 41. And so I asked her if she wanted to if she wanted to do it. And I was surprised, but she said, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, really? I was really, really surprised. But she got a calendar, and she wrote 10 on the first Monday, and every day I look at her calendar. She's done one more, each day, which is so cool, because I work out all the time only because I just find it fun. But she never works out, never ever works out. She eats right because I actually cook for her, so I know she eats right. But as far as working out, it's just like it's normally like a labor or something she doesn't want to do. So that's why I asked. It's just always interesting to hear how a professional approaches getting people interested and involved, and are there incentives, or outside of their personally looking better or feeling better. So it's just always cool to ask that. And then some folks Yeah, some folks are interested on the nutrition side, and that's always interesting too. But I think it's cool that your company offers, all of the full spectrum. So
yeah, I think it, kind of like that 3-prong approach with the cardio and the weights and the stretch or meditation, yoga, everything goes hand in hand. And with the nutrition, we definitely think that it is obviously a critical point to your health and wellness, which is why we enlist the help of those that know it best.
Right. So I guess my next question probably wouldn't necessarily fit for you as far as like what foods and supplements would you know? Well, I guess you probably could talk about the, foods and supplements. Supplements are really big, and I always throw that question in there. I like to, because we did an article on supplements and just kind of wanting people to do a little bit more research before just kind of going to the Vitamin Shop or GNC and just grabbing anything. Yeah. Some of those things have toxins and stuff like that. But just for a beginner, do you at all even recommend any kind of supplements or any particular foods that you say, you might want to eat a little bit more of this or a little bit less of this? No,
we don't endorse any sort of supplement. Again, it's just sort of to your point that you said, a lot of people don't do their research as far as what is, healthy and what isn't, what ingredients are inside some of these supplements, how they may react or counteract maybe some medications that you're on. So we definitely leave, supplements to medical discretion, working with their physicians or doctors. As far as foods, it's kind of the same approach. It's everybody's different and everybody has a different metabolic system. So just by looking at someone, I can't tell whether they need more protein or more carbs or more fats and so on and so forth. However, I do always recommend that people eat before they work out, simply because, we want them to have enough fuel and energy to get through a workout or a training session, and we don't want to get into a medical situation where they're feeling dizzy or they pass out or they end up, just not feeling well. So we always do recommend eating not a whole meal, but having something in their stomach before they work out.
You have an app, which is pretty cool. I didn't download the app, but I went to the iTunes store and checked it out just to see what it looks like and everything. So I'm kind of fresh eyes on it right now. Can you tell us about it and what people can expect from it when they download it?
Sure. So our app is geared towards our residents that live in the communities that we serve and those that are utilizing our services for personal training or nutrition and what have you. So if you live in one of the communities that we serve, we list out the different classes that are offered at that property. And if a resident were to sign up for the app and make an account, it's free to download, free to make an account, and they select that is where they live and that is the class that they want to attend, the app will send push notifications to remind them, hey, class, boot camp class tomorrow at 7, or it'll automatically populate their calendar to make sure that they have their reminders. And then on the flip side of that, it has all of our services that can be purchased. So the personal training, nutrition counseling, the personal chef services and whatnot. If someone, whether they live in a community we serve or not, wanted to get personal training with us, they would, same process, download our app, create that account, and then purchase the services through our app.
So what does your calendar typically look like, when it comes to the classes, what residence you'll be at? Like, how does the calendar actually look? Yes,
on the mobile app.
On the mobile app and in general.
Okay, so as far as the classes, we always get buy-in and feedback from those that we're serving. So whatever classes are most popular at that residence is the classes that we're going to offer. It depends on how many times that property wants to offer classes. So that's, whether it's once a week, once a month, 3 times a week. So those are all part of the logistics of determining the calendar at the property. As far as the calendar on our mobile app, it's listed out by day. So it's a list. It doesn't really look like a calendar. So today's, Thursday. So it would list all of the classes that are held on Thursdays. And so they would be able to find their property throughout that list on Thursday and then sign in for that class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering that, if you have multiple properties that you're juggling or just classes in general, because it may not be at a property. It may be, do you do residents as well as like personal training, so that may be one trainer or someone going to a specific residence, correct?
So the classes are only offered at apartment communities. And we have over 50 locations of apartments. So, we have multiple classes going every day. Right. And so we have multiple trainers and instructors going at the same time.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the picture is becoming a lot more clear. Wow, that's interesting. So, you know what? Tell us about your business. Power for Life is the name of your business. And we'll get into sending folks to the website and where to download the app and all that a little bit later. But A Power for Life, tell us about that and what motivated you to get into fitness as a business.
Gotcha. So Power for Life Fitness is a complete labor of love, and it is coming from a place of pure passion. My background has been in fitness and health and wellness my entire career, my education, my career, my certifications. My partner, who's also my life partner, he's got more of the business aspect, IT background, business background. So for me, I personally speaking, I feel in my bones that my purpose here in this life is to help people and to change people's lives. And when my partner and I first started, this is obviously a personal story, but it's right. How we got into business. But, when we first met and started dating, he asked what my dreams and goals were. And, at that point, I didn't know. I knew I wanted to have my own business, but I didn't know what it would be or what it would look like and how I would do it. And the more that we kind of discussed life and goals and vision, and he really got to see the passion that I have for working with people and helping people, it became clearer and clearer that the path for us was to create a business that was able to really impact and change people's lives. And so, obviously there was a lot of brainstorming and decision making, but, at the end of the day, we get to lay down and put our head to the pillow knowing that, we've changed hundreds of people's, lives simply by bringing them fitness.
And what does your vision entail now that you've molded it a little bit and had some time to actually be in it? What does your vision look like? I hate to say, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, but just for the future in general and how you're growing your business. Sure.
So I think the model and the approach that we have with our apartment communities can be implemented in other avenues as well. We would obviously love to take this nationwide and really, grow this into other states. But we also, are getting into corporate fitness and working with corporations and organizations with their human resources departments and creating and developing wellness initiative programs and fitness programs that way, as well as doing government contracting, getting into the government and again, sort of in that corporate sense, providing them the opportunity to have wellness programs and continue to educate people and be a resource of information and inspiration for people to make healthier lifestyles.
So let's talk. I mean, this is like the last couple of questions before I let you go. And I love to just dive right into the interview, which I don't know if you noticed we did. And then I saved this part for the end. As far as getting to know, after we've already gotten to know that we're going to, look into Powerful Fitness and get into the app and all that cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Who are we talking to? Like, what should we know about you as a person? Where are you from? Like, where are you now as far as, your location, assuming you're in the D.C. area, and where are you going?
I'm originally from outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a little city called Coatesville. I was born and raised there, and all my family is still in Coatesville, which is only about a 2.5-hour drive. So they're close enough, but not too close. And as far as where I am, I'm currently in Herndon, Virginia. But I've been in the DMV area since graduating George Mason University with my undergraduate degree. I stayed in the area. Where I'm going, I don't know. I'm not too sure. It really depends on how we grow our business and where the wind takes us next.
So where can we learn more?
This is episode number 7 of DTY Talks, and today we're talking to Megan Hare, founder of Power for Life Fitness, an industry leader in residential fitness, a company that brings the workout right to your apartment or condo complex, and how they're leading how access to fitness is made.
Do you do any public appearances, any conventions or big events coming up? And then we definitely need to know the website and social media, how we can connect.
Yeah. Well, right now, the next public appearance will be on television. We are doing an interview and a little bit of work with Fairfax County Channel 16 News. So we'll be on Channel 16. And as far as our website's www.power4lifefitness.com. And you can find us on all of the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can search us, and all of that's listed on our website as well to find our handles for all of our social media.
Cool. So is there anything else that you'd like us to know about you or your company, anything you'd like to promote, any books or anything coming out?
Not yet. I mean, check back with me in about a year. I'll probably have some other cool stuff coming.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's why I kind of threw that out there. It definitely sounds like it's well on its way. I love this business model. I say business model, making it sound so, but I really, really love it. It sounds so cool. And it sounds like the way things are going, and then the app just adds more to it. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you again to Megan Hare at Power for Life Fitness. And don't forget to check out their website at powerforlifefitness.com. And thanks for tuning in to DTY Talks. Until next time.